All right, so we're going to begin our newest, most awesomest project called the expository essay. Woo! And the expository essay is going to be an opportunity to use all the skills we learned from claim evidence reasoning. So remember, on those data charts, you had sentence starters, things like, based on the evidence, we must conclude that. Remember that? And these facts work together to build a case that. Those are going to be fantastic starters for this paper for you to use like in your conclusion and to use as part of your evidence paragraphs. So let's start by talking about what an expository essay is. So I want you to leave your tablets. You should be on my webpage. Just have my webpage up and ready to go for this week. But I want you all to look up here at me so I don't get you lost going down all the links because you're all super smart and you're all just going to be like click, 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 going everywhere to see everything. So, like, I know you're excited and so am I. But let's just start real quick and make sure we all know what we're going to be aiming at. We're going to be doing something called an expository essay. We have not done an expository essay yet this year. What is an expository essay? What is it? Gavin?
A long essay.
Okay, it's long. It's 5 paragraphs long. How much? 5 paragraphs. All right. What's the purpose of an expository essay? What's the purpose? Amaya? Yes. Okay, so you're going to read about something. You're going to learn a whole bunch of facts, and then you're going to tell about it. Expository. You're going to tell somebody about it in the form of writing. So expository essay simply means you're writing what you've learned, and you're telling other people about what you've learned. In this case, we're learning about different human impacts around the world, different bad things that have happened to different ecosystems around the world because humans caused the problem. So what are the bad things that humans have done to screw up the world? That's really what it is. Oh no, I know, you could raise your hand. You're going to tell me like deforestation, right? You're going to have all these like this and that, and plastic in the oceans, and oil spills, right? There's tons of them. Okay, shh, put your hands down. So here's the thing. You're going to be researching one region. And when you research that region, you're going to find out what are the problems and the human impacts for only that region. And then you're going to be filling in a data chart with what you've learned. You're going to paraphrase your information so it's in your own words. And then that's how much we'll get done here in science. So over the next week, we'll be working on this, probably even a little longer. We'll probably stretch into the second week. And in about a week, your language arts teacher is going to pick this project up, and she's going to have you open these data charts that you've been working on here in science, and she's going to help you learn how to actually write each paragraph of your expository essay. But you will have done all the data collection here with me. You'll do all the writing in your LA class. All right, so let's talk about what your options are for regions. If you are an identified EL or language learning student, or if you are an identified LR student, meaning you have some struggles in reading or writing, then you will have a special plan called Oceans. Oceans is found on my webpage, so for those of you who are watching online, or those of you in the room who would like to hear or know about this, if you scroll to the bottom of this week's webpage, you scroll to the bottom, look for where it's yellow, Expository Essay Oceans. It says selected students will use the links below to access their information for the expository human impacts essay. All right, Some students who meet with Mrs. Lane or Mrs. Geist or Mrs. Dela Cruz, they will be assigned this plan and this region on oceans. So if you're watching this at home and you're not sure what your region is, if you have one of those teachers, then you will be assigned oceans as your region. And these will be the links and the videos that you'll be going to get your information. Now, if you do not see one of those three teachers, then you're going to scroll up to the top of my webpage, right here. Dearson student, it should say regions. I'm got to change my thinking. I keep saying countries, but it's not countries, it's regions. Why? Because ecosystems don't stop at the borders. Forests, they don't go, oh, we're just going to stop here because, well, that's a different country and we don't want to be on their land. No, like the Rocky Mountains, is that just in one tiny state? No, Rocky Mountains actually stretches outside of Colorado onto other states. So regions are the words that we're going to be using, but you'll see country now and then. Just think, okay, Mrs. Dearson had a 4 o'clock morning when she was writing this, and so she wrote the wrong word. But I'll be going back and mopping up and changing those words over to regions. Okay, so here are the regions that you will be able to choose from in this class. The first one's called Amazon, not the one online. Those of you who are thinking, oh great, I get to go online and shop. No, we're talking about the rainforest Amazon, the Baltic Sea, the Coral Triangle, coastal East Africa, Galapagos Islands, Himalayas, and then last but not least, you'll see it says Borneo. Do you get to do Borneo? No. Why don't you get to do Borneo? Why? It's mine. I did Borneo. All right. So I did the Borneo example and modeled this for you on another sample set of data collection sheets. I'll show you that in just a minute, but this is the link where you'll go to see my work on Borneo. So you'll go here and you'll be able to see the research, and in just a minute I'll show you the actual sample sheets on Borneo. Okay? So you can choose any of these other ones. There are 6 choices. And your goal between now and Monday is to take a few minutes and click on these links and go to each of these regions and see which one do I want to research, which one do I want to study, because this is the website that you'll be jumping off of to collect more than half of your information for this research essay. So these are the websites where you'll start. So if you go to those websites, you'll see kind of the types of threats. Threats is another word for problems or human impacts on the ecosystems. You'll see that at those sites. You'll see what solutions they've been working towards to try to solve those problems. So between now and Monday, you're going to click on these links and you're going to figure out which one do you want to research. Then I'd like you to please use this human impacts selection form, and you'll fill out your first name, your last name, which class period you're in with me, and then what country are you choosing. When I will change that, it should say what region are you choosing, and what are the 3 threats or human impacts that you discovered on the web page link that I gave you. Don't search the whole internet, just go to the link that was with your country, a little higher on the page, and then look, a lot of those countries will have threats written right there. So let's do one of them. Let's just look quickly and see if we can find the threats. So let's do Amazon. I'm going to click on the link. Here's Amazon. And you'll notice this first page gives you general information about Amazon and about the World Wildlife Foundation, which is this main site. They provide a lot of money to send people and resources into places to preserve ecosystems, to bring ecosystems back to where they used to be, to try to reverse the damage that humans have done. Now, if you look on the side, look right here, threats. solutions. This is where you're going to get your information. So if you click on threats, this page will tell you what are the threats. I'd like you to go through and read it over and then choose 3 big ideas, threats to that region, and then list them on the region selection form that's on my webpage. So I wanted to show you that also under threats, notice when I clicked on threats, a bunch of separate menus popped down. So for example, unsustainable cattle ranching, that's one threat. Mechanized agriculture, that's a second threat. Poorly planned infrastructure, that's a third threat. Then they have climate change, that's a threat. Deforestation, that's a threat. And then if you click on other threats, there'll be even more. So in this case, there's like 5. You're only choosing 3 to research. You're not going to research all 5 because you're going to choose 3. And then you're going to write 1 paragraph on each threat. 1 paragraph on maybe unsustainable cattle ranching. 1 paragraph maybe on climate change and the Amazon. 1 paragraph on deforestation and the Amazon. Everybody see that? Notice I didn't cover every single threat. You're not going to be able to do that. Just going to zero in and choose 3. So that's what you're going to do on my PowerSchool page, right here. Name at least the 3 threats or human impacts that you'll be researching for your project. Okay, next, I'd like for you to look at the top of my webpage here where it says data collection for paragraph 1. This is not the one that you're going to be using for your purposes to fill in. This is just for us to review in class real briefly here. Just made it simpler. You'll notice where it's yellow, you're going to fill in your titles for your project eventually. So here, introduction to the region of, you'll put your region there, and you will collect this information when you go and read about your region. You'll highlight the information that you think is good supportive evidence. You'll copy and paste it right here into copied information. You'll copy and paste the URL at the top of the page and put it here to be your source so that you can go back to it for bibliography reasons and for works cited reasons. Then you'll read the information and you'll try to come up with 1 or 2 keywords that describe what's happening in the paragraph or in that writing. You'll put those words here under topics, and then here you'll paraphrase anything that you've read in this copied information. And paraphrasing is a very difficult skill. That means you're putting it in your own words. On Monday, we're going to learn a lot more about how to not plagiarize. Okay, plagiarism is when you use somebody else's words as your own. That will earn you a 0 on this project, which is a very big assessment grade. You do not want to do that. So I'll be teaching you a little bit about how to not plagiarize and how to choose strategies that help you put it in your own words on Monday. So paraphrase is where you put it in your own words. So paragraph 1 is the introduction to the region. Whoops, let me do this. Grab this bar. Paragraph 2 is where you'll talk about your first impact. So all your information for paragraph 2 goes on this page. So there's a whole page dedicated for the first impact. You'll fill the impact in here. I did not hear that. All right, paragraph 3 is your second impact, the second problem in your region. You'll fill out 1 whole page on that. You might even need more than 1 page. So you can use more than 1 page. You'll see sometimes I have 2 pages for 1 paragraph. For paragraph number 4, it'll be your third impact. And for paragraph number 5, it will be your conclusion and some solutions to try to fix the problems. All right, let's all please go to activities and click on assignments.